Weekends auto delays of 30 to 45 minutes to Jersey. Meanwhile, you've got backups at the Verrazano Bridge getting over to Staten Island, the Brooklyn, the Manhattan Bridge, big jams getting over to Brooklyn. Also, watch out for a lot of company on the RFK Triborough Bridge either way, especially heading into the Bronx. The Throgs Neck, that's going to be a lot better than the Whitestone Bridge no matter which way you go. And every approach in the Bronx to the George Washington Bridge jammed up. Now, once you get over to New Jersey, both spurs of the Turnpike are jammed up from before their respective 18s all the way down toward Newark. At that point, I'd be flipping over to the truck lanes. The car lanes are busier on your way south to Elizabeth. Meanwhile, the Garden State Parkway is extremely busy south now from Bloomfield all the way down to Clark near exit 136. That's where the car rolled over. Everybody's got to stay to the right to get by. And on Long Island, very busy ride for the LIE from the northern. Accidents on the LIE in the northern have been clear, but the damage on your way to Jericho has been done. And this report, it is sponsored by Optimum Business. I'm Jeff McKay. The next report, 421, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Connect risk-free with Optimum's 60-day money-back guarantee. Get reliable business fiber with speeds up to 8 gig and 99.9% network reliability. Call 855-OPTIMUM or visit optimum.com/business today. And now your 1010 wins AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Meteorologist John Furick is here with this live report.
Yeah, the wind's going to diminish as we head through the evening here. Mostly clear sky right now, but we will see clouds on the increase as we head through the evening. And it looks like snow begins probably right around midnight and continues through the early morning hours, probably tapering off right around sunrise. Storm total snow accumulation 1 to 3 inches for most of the tri-state area. The exception of that, probably Manhattan. It's more likely closer to an inch just because of that urban heat island effect, and the snow has a little bit more trouble accumulating. But again, some slippery travel conditions out there late tonight, tomorrow morning, the low 30. Then clouds break for some sun, maybe a leftover snow shower tomorrow, high 37, blustering cold. Sunday up to 40, and then we're back up to 44 on Monday. Right now it's looking Park 42 with some sunshine going down to 30 tonight in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather's John Furick on New York's weather station, 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
And we're back in a moment. Wednesday news time, 4:14.
Spectrum Business is made to work like your small business. Made to do it all with fast, ultra-reliable internet, phone, and mobile services. And made to work with a small business budget. Get 600 megabit per second business internet for just $49.99 a month for 1 year with select bundles. Plus, get an unlimited mobile line for free. Visit spectrum.com/work to lock in this deal now. Learn more at spectrum.com/work. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Want to get away in a New York minute? With MSC Cruises, skip the airport and sail year-round from New York City and enjoy drinks, Wi-Fi, and more included. Discover the beauty of the
construction cone at the Blessed Mother statue at St. Rita's Church. The statue, though, and instead broke a church window. This happened last Friday night. The Brooklyn Diocese says Father Jose Carlos de Silva was in the rectory and heard something smash. They saw a guy in front of the chapel who took off running when the father told her, "Hey, come back here." Well, there was a prayer group gathering inside the church. Nobody was hurt. They broke out a stained glass window, though. The construction cone was thrown at the statue, which stands in front of the window. Stained glass isn't cheap, folks. The thing cost $10,000, they say, to replace it. A South Carolina highway turned into a rodeo this week.
Colleton County Fire and Rescue reports more than 35 cows escaped from a tractor-trailer when it crashed into a bridge, burst into flames, and split in half before plunging into a river 50 miles west of Charleston. It took riders on horseback using lassos the bulk of the day to round up the animals. Some were still in the water. Others ran through neighborhoods and local woods. The driver got out just in time.
Deborah Rodriguez, I would imagine driving down the highway with all those cows on the road made it hard for motorists to steer. It's Friday, okay? Work with me. Now to the auction du jour, and if you'd like to get your hand on Yoda's walking stick, Hannibal Lecter's mask, and, oh yeah, here's Johnny, Jack Nicholson's axe from The Shining, we've got just the right auction for you. In fact, you can head to the studio auction website right now. Do some absentee bidding on those pieces. Yeah, they're auctioning items from some of the most iconic films ever. It will feature props, costumes, other production items. Star Wars franchise is really represented.
Hey,
Jedi use the Force for knowledge and defense. Never attack.
Yeah, they got costumes from Marvel, Harry Potter, Indiana Jones is in there, Jurassic Park. Studio Auction says all the items go through a vigorous authentication process. Again, the live auction starts tomorrow morning at 10 Los Angeles time, and they will stream it online. So that video out of Florida, everybody's talking about it. The thing went viral like crazy. This couple ladies duking it out with 3 raccoons after they stole her door dashboard.
You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
We'll give you 42 degrees now at 4:20. I'm Larry Mullins, and here's what's happening tonight. The latest from AccuWeather in a moment as we await another quick storm system that'll leave us with 1 to 3 inches of snow by Saturday morning. We'll check in with AccuWeather. Former President Trump with a $354 million hole in his pocket tonight. This after a judge ruled that he must pay that amount for inflating his wealth. The chief bank, his sons are on the hook as well. All told about $364 million. All 5 men implicated in the beating of 2 NYPD officers in Times Square arraigned. All of them pleading not guilty. We'll get an update from the courthouse on that. Tragedy in Rockland today. A little girl killed after being hit by a school bus in Spring Valley. We'll have an investigation underway. And some pretty big announcements out of the music world. Both Madonna and Ariana Grande coming out with a new material this weekend. Coming at you from every angle. Fortnite streaming, you name it. Carrier pigeon even. We'll have details in 1010 Winds Entertainment. AccuWeather says cloudy skies tonight, a late snow coming in after midnight, and we'll get to a low of 30 degrees. It's Wednesday news time 421, and from your
Parkway southbound side, they just pushed a flipped-over car off the roadway, so all travel lanes are open on the Parkway South coming down through exit 136 in Clark. But the damage here is done. Seeing stop-and-go traffic all the way back to Bloomfield, back toward exit 148 on the Garden State Parkway. And before you go jumping over to the Jersey Turnpike, both the eastern and western spurs are on overload coming down to Newark. At that point, you're going to see delays in front of Newark Airport down through Elizabeth. If you're picking between the car and the truck lanes, seems like the truck lanes just have a little bit more give at this time. Now, getting across the Hudson River, this has turned into a Hudson River horror show. So here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. It could take you 30 minutes to an hour to use the Holland Tunnel to New Jersey. The Varick Street, the westbound Canal Street approaches, they're the bad ones. The Lincoln Tunnel, the delays on 9th and 11th Avenue back up near 53rd Street heading downtown. Every approach jammed to the George Washington Bridge. And in Queens right now, all we're seeing is brake lights going east on the LIE and on the Grand Central Parkway through Queens. On your way into Nassau County and the LIE in the northern, both really don't start to open up a little bit as you get past Willis Avenue. This report is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com. I'm Jeff McKay. The next report, 431, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans are the perfect commercial vans for every job and every trade. And Mercedes-Benz Sprinter of Edison is the dealership with the expertise to find the right one for you. Let Mercedes-Benz Sprinter of Edison help move your business forward. Learn more at RayCatinaEdison.com.
More on the Trump ruling in a moment, but first we want to tell you what to expect tomorrow when you go outside weather-wise. We're keeping track of another storm system headed our way. Meteorologist John Furyk joining us live now with the latest. John?
Yeah, Larry, we're going to see the snow probably move in right around midnight, so if you have plans this evening, should be okay, but right around midnight, the snow begins, and we'll see a 6 to 8 hour period of snow, fast-moving system. Should be done right around sunrise or shortly thereafter. We'll see 1 to 3 inches for most of the tri-state area. The exception of that might be Manhattan, where it's a little bit warmer, and the snow might have a little bit of trouble accumulating, but still, there's going to be slippery travel conditions out there right through later portions of tonight and into tomorrow morning, and then we should see some improvement throughout the day tomorrow. Larry?
Thank you, John. And now to Donald Trump. It's been over a year, and Judge Arthur Engoron had already ruled Trump is liable for inflating his wealth, inflating his bank account, inflating the size of his penthouse. New York Attorney General Tish James says he did it to pump himself up in front of lenders and insurance companies to get good deals for himself and his company. Well, the judge decided today, put your money where your mouth is. And Denver's reporter Julia Papa, courthouse tonight.
It's a 92-page ruling, and when all is said and done, Donald Trump is on the hook for more than $350 million in fines. Justice Arthur Engoron had already found that the former president committed fraud by overvaluing his assets and business records. In his decision, the judge called the financial data blatantly false, that witnesses denied reality and failed to take responsibility. Trump has also been barred from running his own company for the next 3 years, and this also applies to his sons, Donald Jr. and Eric, who were fined $4 million each. But the judge did not choose to dissolve the Trump organization. He does want a monitor to remain in place. Juliet Papa, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
And we will continue to monitor developments, and we will keep you posted. Well, it took them a few weeks to get everybody, but they got them. The 5 men accused of attacking a pair of NYPD officers in Times Square were arraigned today in Manhattan court. All 5 say they didn't do it. Now they'll have to prove their way out of assault and other charges. Marla Diamond with that story.
The 5 men are now behind bars, held on various bail amounts, including 19-year-old Darwin Gomez Isquiel, held on $50,000 bail after he was charged earlier this week with stealing hundreds of dollars of merchandise from the Macy's at the Queens Center Mall. The president of the Police Benevolent Association, Patrick Henry, said the justice system needs to send the message that New York City police officers are not going to be punching bags.
We said it from the beginning. They should have been put behind bars. They should have never been released.
2 of the defendants are in ICE custody, and the alleged instigator, Henry Brito, was put back in jail until the judge could determine who paid his $15,000 bail. Marla Diamond, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM at Manhattan Criminal Court.
Wednesday News Time 426, and now Bloomberg Money Watch, and here is Andrew O'Day.
Another inflation report coming in too hot. Poured fresh water on Wall Street's embers today. Stocks end down. Dow losing 145, NASDAQ down 131, S&P down 24. The latest reading of U.S. producer inflation, which measures changes in prices paid to those who sell goods and services, jumped 0.3% in January from the month before and 0.9% from the year before. Both numbers bigger than forecast. That weighed on stocks as traders see yet more fodder for the argument that the Fed Reserve ought to wait longer to cut interest rates. Ironically, a big source of the producer price increase now hurting Wall Street was caused by Wall Street's rally late last year and into this one, as demand increased for portfolio management and investment advice, prompting prices for those services to jump 5%.